Hey, what's keeping you up at night? Are you unable to sleep because you're too hot? Are you too cold? Do you have a lot of things on your mind? Well, today on Stress Talk Live, we're going to share three routines that will help you to sleep through the entire holiday, this entire night, this holiday season. And guess what? We're going to get to it in just one moment. Hola, bienvenido a Stress Talk. This is the place where we help women over 40 to live healthier lives through strategic stress management, solution focused self care, and grateful living. I'm Marcyline Bailey, and I am your host tonight. Thank you for joining me. Hey, I want to share something with you. Um, share a little bit about what I was doing today. I was up and kind of busy today. Um, do you see this? This little thing right here? This is a light from my our Christmas tree. And the reason I'm holding it up is because I spent a good part of the afternoon trying to figure out what was preventing a section of our Christmas tree from lighting. And there were two sections on our Christmas tree that would not light. The entire tree was, had lights on, except this one section kind of in the middle towards the top on one side of the tree. And then there's a bottom section um, on one side of the tree that won't light. I still haven't figured out what's going on with the bottom part of the tree, the bottom section, but this little thing is one of the things that kept me occupied this afternoon. The reason I wanted to share this little thing with you is because it's rarely the big things that really get us. When major things happen to us in our lives, we often we can figure out how to deal with them. We gear up and we set ourselves and we deal with it, right? We go through it. But it's the little things day to day, the things that happen every hour on the hour or every minute on the minute that we have to deal with that really cause us to have overwhelming stress. These are the things that don't go away. They're constant in our lives. And unless we learn how to manage and deal with these things, unless we learn how to change our response to these little things, we are going to continue to experience overwhelming stress that affects us physically, mentally, as well as emotionally. So I wanted to share that little story with you. Tomorrow, I'm going to get at it again. I'm going to get my little device that I purchased today. I had to purchase a device, you all, to figure out the light bulb. The light bulb that is not working on my tree. And maybe I'll be able to do it tomorrow. If not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But tomorrow's another day, and I'm not going to let it ruin my sleep. And I'm going to share with you things that will help you not ruin your sleep as well. So, what we're talking about today, we're talking about how we can sleep through the entire night this holiday season. I shared a few things in the opening about what keeps us awake. Especially women over 40. And guys, fellas, if you're out there listening, what I'm going to share with you are things that will also help you to get a good night's sleep as well. The thing is, when we sleep is one of those things that helps us to repair our body. It's a healing part. It's where we hi there, how you doing? It's where it's the time of the day when our body goes into its healing mode. It's restorative, it's healing. It keeps our bodies working. And if we're not getting a good night's sleep, then we have a hard time. Hey, Dance with Hadid, Hadi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Here's your shout out. Thank you for joining me today. I'm very grateful that you joined me today. We have to make sure that we get a good night's sleep because our body needs the rest to repair itself. When we are going, and we're not getting the sleep that we need, it is hard for our bodies to repair. Okay. So, what we want to make sure is that we are addressing the concerns, those little things that I talked about. Remember the little things that keep, that tend to keep us awake. The email that, Adi, thank you, Adi. Forgive me for mispronouncing your name. I think it's very important to pronounce a person's name correctly. I have a lot of respect for people's names. Thank you, Adi. Um, we want to deal with those little things that cause us to stay awake, like the email that you didn't send, or the wording that you didn't get correct, or the way you talk to someone, or appreciate it, or some of those things that are on your mind, like, hey, I forgot to stop by the store and pick something up. Or, oh, shoot, I forgot to send the money with my kid so he could go on the field trip. Those are the things that keep us up at night. All of those things that we know we need to do the next day. Not only that, sometimes because of the changes in our body, we just get hot. Sometimes it feels like we're on fire, especially if you're over 40. Okay, so we have a question. What is this stream about? This stream is about what we do is we help women over 40 to live healthier lives through strategic stress management and solution focused self care. I try to go deeper than just giving tips that you can normally get on the internet just by putting how to relax in the search engine. I go deeper. I talk about what your thoughts are and how your thoughts affect how you feel, and then how that in turn affects your response or your behavior. I also share routines, which is one of the things I'm going to do today. I'm going to share 3 routines that will help you to fall asleep. Sleeping is one of those things. Okay. Sleeping is one of those things that we fight. When you're a baby, you fight it because everything is so exciting. I don't know if some of you out there are parents or you have nieces or nephews, and you know that babies will fight their sleep. They don't want to go to sleep because everything is so new and it's exciting and they don't want to miss anything. Well, as adults, we too fight our sleep. We do not have a good understanding of our normal sleep patterns and our habits, and we tend to fight it and we stay awake, right? Um, when you're in college, you pull all-nighters so you can study. That was me. I did some of that. When you're out of college and you're on the party circuit, thank you. Please share it with your mom, please. When you're out of college and you're on the party circuit like I was in my 20s, I stayed up because it was so much fun. At least I thought, yeah, it was fun. I wasn't thinking, it was fun. So what we want to do is make sure that we become aware of our own sleep patterns. For example, when our bodies prepare for sleep, it starts getting us ready about 2 hours before our natural bedtime. So if you usually go to bed around 11 o'clock, your body starts preparing you around 9. We ignore those signals. How do we ignore those signals? We ignore those signals. We start yawning, but we stay up. We may get clumsy and bump into the wall, or we may stub our toe, but we stay up. We are not in the habit of feeding into the the routine or the time frame that our body is in that will help us to go to sleep. So that's why these rituals are important. And that's why I want to share them with you today. Because when it comes to the holiday, you definitely want to be able to get good sleep, good restful sleep, so that you can enjoy your friends, your family, and all of the festivities. Uh-huh. So you stayed up all night. Are you a student or were you staying up binge watching something? I've done that too. I binge watch TV occasionally. So let's get into the okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. Let's get into our routines, okay? I want to share these with you so that I don't so that I don't want to run out of time. Okay. All right. Well, I wish you well, Audie. Are you in finals right now? Because I know this is the time where students are taking their finals or at least preparing to take them. So I definitely wish you well. I wish you well. Okay, let's here we go. Here's the first one. The first the first routine that I want to share with you is I left a T off of that. Okay, I'm not going to go back. Just, it's supposed to say the unwind ritual. Okay, so when we're talking about unwinding, there are several things that you want to do. Um, when you have an unwind ritual, it actually enables you to create an anchor during the day. Because when everything else is so chaotic, when everything else is going on, and there's a lot that you have on your mind, it's very, very helpful to have a pre-sleep routine. And that's what I'm going to share with you. First, I mentioned this earlier. You want to have a consistent sleep time. And it doesn't, I mean, it could be 11 o'clock, it could be 12 o'clock, whatever works well for you, that's what you want to do. It could be 9, it could be 9:30, whatever works. You want to have a consistent bedtime. And during when you have a consistent bedtime, you want to also have a consistent window to wake up. I'm usually up around 4:30 every morning. A lot of that has to do with my morning routine. When I get up in the morning, I like to meditate. I like to ease into my day. I'll meditate, I'll do yoga, and then I ease into preparation to leave for work. But you want to have a consistent bedtime, and you also want to have a consistent wake up wake up time. Okay. So when you do this, you want to start powering down. Remember, in the old days, our computers would power down, and they still do. When we power them off, they go through a series of steps to power down. So you want to do that too. You want to turn off all the screens. And I know you hate that. I hate it too. Because you know what? One of my simple pleasures is scrolling through Instagram and sending posts to my daughters. I love doing that. But guess what? The blue light suppresses the melatonin, which is a hormone that is necessary for us to go to sleep. Melatonin is what says, hey, hey, wake up, hey, hey, you all, it's nighttime. It's time to go to bed. It's time to get some rest. So when we have our tablets, our TVs, our phones, anything that has a blue light, when we have those up and running, it keeps us awake. So we want to try to get rid of them, put them away, turn them off, dim the lights, and create a calm, quiet environment. Do something else, something that's very calming. So, the next thing that we've talked about having a consistent bedtime as well as a consistent wake up time. We've talked about powering down. And the next thing, when we're talking about your unwind ritual, you also want to have like a calming sequence. I would suggest doing something like a brain dump. Take 5 minutes, take a notebook, and scribble everything that's going on in your brain, everything that you're thinking about. It doesn't matter what it is, and you're not going to edit it. You just want to get it all down. You know, your travel plans, the tests that you have to take in the morning or in a few days, studying, the cousin that you don't want to deal with, making sure you get all of your online orders out, right? Just go ahead and get all of that off your mind. Because once you do that, if you start thinking about it again, you can say, hey, I can just pick that up in the morning. I don't have to do that now. Once you get that done, then just stretch, do some stretching. You don't have to do a complete yoga class, but just do some stretching. That's something that you can do while you're lying down. But make sure that you're able to get a full stretch, get that tension out of your muscles. The next thing that you can do is just spend a few minutes breathing. If you've watched some of the previous streams, you'll know that I talk about 4-7-8 breathing. Four, you breathe in for 4, you hold it for 7 counts, and then you breathe out for 8. When we exhale, we actually we initiate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our relaxation response, and it helps us to calm down. Okay, so you're going to do a brain dump, you're going to stretch, and you're also going to do breathing. That is your unwind ritual. Okay, let's see what some of you are saying. Oh, so early. Yes, so early. And yes, your screens. I knew it. I know, because I hate to give up my screens too. I told you, I love to scroll. That's one of my simple pleasures when I at night. I scroll and I send posts to my daughters, and they don't, sometimes they look at them, and sometimes they don't, at least not immediately. So let's go on to the second anchor. And this anchor is the cooling cocktail. Okay. It's the cooling cocktail. So, a lot of times, especially women over 40, have night sweats and hot flashes. And we know through research that we are we sleep better in a cooler environment. We sleep much better in a cooler environment. So this cooling cocktail will help us to cool down. So here's how this works. So about 60 to 90 minutes before your planned bedtime, remember that's the number one, we have to have a set bedtime. You want to take a 10 to 20-minute warm bath or shower. And the key is warm. You don't want it hot. You just want it warm. And that will just bring the blood to the surface of your skin. Then we're going to go into a 30 to 40-minute cool down period. And that's when the drop, the natural temperature drops, and it mimics your body's process at night. And that gives your body, it says, oh, it's time for sleep when you start cooling down. So it's kind of like, you get warm and then all of a sudden your body starts to cool. Some people have portable fans or cooling pillowcases or those cooling sheets, cooling bed linen. You can wear pajamas that are breathable, mostly made from cotton or bamboo, something that's lightweight. Yeah, you can also sleep in the nude if you're into that. If you like that, I like doing that sometimes, just sleeping in the nude because I like okay, that's too much information. I know, probably. However, someone out there may not have thought about that. But feeling the coolness of the sheets on my body is really, really great. If you don't have access to a shower or a tub because you're traveling, you can also just soak your feet in warm water, your feet and your hands in warm water for about 10 minutes. And this will also mimic that cooling effect. So the second routine is the cooling cocktail. Okay. The cooling cocktail. So let's go to the third, and for today, the final routine that I believe will help you to fall asleep and stay asleep. And this is called the holiday anchor. So when we're talking about the holiday anchor, I want to share what I mean by that. So, we all have a natural body, internal body clock. And, we wake up, there's a set time where we just wake up naturally. And in order to facilitate that, we need three things, right? We need light, we need food, and we need movement. So, what is helpful when we are trying to anchor ourselves is to have morning light. That is a great anchor, morning light. So, in about 90 minutes of waking up, you want to try to get 10 to 20 minutes of natural sunlight. Um, and I'm saying, like, after you wake up, right? After you wake up, try to get some sunlight. Now, if you live in the northern part of the United States, you're not going to get sunlight if you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning. We don't get sunlight where I live, in the southern part of the United States at 4:30 in the morning. But what you can do is get into the light, get some sunlight as quickly as possible. Open your windows, open the blinds, open the curtains, allow some of that sunlight to come through. When I'm doing yoga, I can see the sun rising. And that does, it helps me quite a bit. And actually, as I think about it, it is within 90 minutes of my getting up because usually I'm doing yoga around 5:30, 6 o'clock, and there's the sun. Here comes the sun. So you want to try to get sunlight if you can. The second is um, the 3 hour rule. And this is try to avoid sugary desserts, sugary foods, alcohol, which has a high sugar content, as well as large meals within 3 hours of bedtime. So if your bedtime is 10 o'clock, you want to make sure you're eating before 7. Okay, because when you eat within that 3 hour time frame and you've eaten something very heavy, something with lots of sugar, it makes your digestive system work overtime, and that causes your body temperature to go up. And as we've said before, the lower the temperature, the better, the easier it is to fall asleep. When you ingest a lot of sugar, and again, alcohol has a high sugar content, it also can cause your blood sugar to crash, and that messes up your sleep stages, especially the later sleep stages. And you could wake up because your body needs to have something. It needs some type of food or something. So try to, if you're going to enjoy some of those festive treats, do it earlier in the day and not wait for later on in the evening. The other thing is the very last thing before the lights go out. Remember, you've done the brain dump, you've done breathing, your 478 breathing, you've stretched. Just try a little guided meditation or guided imagery. And I do have some of those available. I think I'll post some of those on my YouTube channel, just 5 minute guided imagery, because that helps you. And you can find them online, but I'll also post some on my channel. But it will help you to fall asleep because you can train your brain to what? It's like associating calm as you're falling asleep, and it helps your brain when it knows that, hey, I'm listening to this soft wording, I'm listening to these melodic sounds, I'm listening to the sound of rainfall, I'm listening to babbling brooks, and it'll help you to fall asleep. You can also, of course, drink tea, something that's non-caffeinated, like chamomile tea. I'm a tea drinker. Sun rises at 7:30. Okay. Sun rises at 7:30. That's cool. See, so at 7:30, if you're getting up 6:37, you're in that time frame. Okay. Hey, California, I didn't know you were in California. California knows how to party. Okay. I'm getting back on track because we are almost at our time and I'm being silly. I'm just so glad that you joined me. I am. I'm very happy that you joined me. And yes, gummies at late at night. Gummies late at night. Gummies late at night. So, what have we talked about today with my special guest, Adi, from California, the student who is going to do wonders on her finals? Oh, We have been talking about how you can sleep through the entire night this holiday season. And I've shared with you three, that's right, I've shared with you three practical routines. I shared the unwind ritual, I shared the cooling cocktail, and I also shared the holiday anchor. And I'm also going to share with you, as I said, I'm going to also post a few 5-minute guided imagery um, videos to help you get through the night, sleep through the night, and relax. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Please join me again. I am here every Sunday, most Sundays, at 7 p.m. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at ML Bailey Consultants. Here, the QR code is in the corner. Also, if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. Well, that is all for now. I look forward to seeing you all at another time. As always, take good care.